Humans are one of, if not the only species in the galaxy who can heal their wounds naturally. Your alien friend is learning this for the first time after they accidentally hurt you. Marcus had no idea that catching the falling knife would start a war. As the crystalline blade sliced deep into his palm, painting the workshop floor with crimson droplets, he simply wrapped the wound and shrugged it off. Just another day working with his alien friend Zara, until her inhuman shriek of terror told him he'd done something impossible.
No!
Zara's translator crackled with distress as crimson droplets spattered across the metal deck plating.
Marcus, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean...
It's fine, Marcus said, examining the deep gash across his palm. Blood welled from the wound, but he seemed oddly calm. Just a cut. Zara's chitinous form trembled, her compound eyes reflecting 1,000 tiny images of his injury.
Fine? Fine?
Her voice rose to a screech that made the workshop's tools rattle.
You're bleeding. Your life essence is leaking out.
Marcus frowned, confused by her reaction. Zara, it's just a scratch. It'll heal.
Heal?
The word came out as a whisper, as if she were speaking blasphemy.
Marcus, nothing heals. Nothing has ever healed. When tissue is damaged, it's damaged forever.
For a moment, Marcus stood frozen, the casual words dying in his throat. In the 3 years since humanity had joined the Galactic Confederation, he'd worked alongside dozens of alien species. He'd seen their scars, their prosthetics, their careful movements to protect old injuries, but he'd never questioned why. You mean you can't regenerate tissue? Marcus asked slowly.
Regenerate?
Zara's head tilted at an impossible angle.
I don't understand that word in this context.
Marcus grabbed a clean cloth from the workbench, wrapping it around his bleeding palm. When we get hurt, our bodies fix themselves. The wound closes, new skin grows, blood vessels reconnect. Usually takes a few days to a week, depending on how deep it is. Zara's entire body went still.
That's impossible.
Watch. Marcus unwrapped the cloth. Already the bleeding had slowed. By tomorrow, this will be scabbed over. In a week, there won't even be a scar. The silence stretched between them until Zara's translator spoke in a voice so quiet it was barely audible.
Marcus, I need to contact the medical council, now.
Why? It's just...
Because you're describing literal magic.
Zara's form began to shift, her legs extending to their full height.
Every species in the galaxy accepts that injury is permanent. We've built our entire civilization around this fact. Medical technology, synthetic organs, cybernetic replacements, everything exists because healing is impossible.
Marcus felt a chill that had nothing to do with the workshop's temperature. What exactly are you saying?
I'm saying that if humans can do what you claim, then your species isn't just unique, you're the most valuable resource in the galaxy.
Zara's voice carried a mixture of awe and terror.
And also the most dangerous.
The workshop's communication panel flickered to life, displaying an incoming priority message. Dr. Velthara, the station's chief medical officer, appeared on screen. Her reptilian features were tense with urgency.
Zara, I need you and Marcus to report to Medical Bay 7 immediately. We've just received disturbing reports from the hegemony.
What kind of reports? Marcus asked, though he was beginning to suspect.
3 human settlements in the outer rim have gone dark. Before we lost contact, they were requesting massive quantities of medical supplies. The last transmission mentioned something about accelerated healing protocols and biological enhancement studies.
Marcus's blood ran cold. Enhancement studies? Dr. Velthara's expression darkened.
It appears someone has discovered humanity's regenerative abilities, and they're trying to replicate them.
She paused, her scaled hands gripping the edge of her desk.
Marcus, I need you to understand something. In a galaxy where every injury is permanent, Where every species lives with the constant fear of damage, the ability to heal would be worth more than entire star systems.
The hegemony wouldn't dare.
Zara began.
They would. They have. And according to our intelligence, they're not the only ones.
The doctor's image flickered with interference.
Every major power in the galaxy is mobilizing. They're calling it the Healing Wars.
Marcus looked down at his wrapped hand, at the wound that would be gone in a week. For the first time, he truly understood what made humans different, and why that difference might destroy them. "Doctor," he said quietly, "how long do we have?"
The Confederation fleet is already en route to Earth. They're not coming to protect you, Marcus. They're coming to claim you.
Her image began to dissolve as the transmission cut out.
And they're not the only ones racing to get there first.
Communication ended. Marcus unwrapped his hand again. The bleeding had stopped completely, and he could already see the edges of the wound beginning to close. A miracle of biology that he'd taken for granted his entire life. Now it might be the thing that ended humanity's freedom forever. "Zara," he said, his voice steady despite the fear building in his chest. "I need you to help me get to Earth before the fleets arrive."
Why?
She asked, though her body was already moving toward the workshop's exit. "Because if everyone wants to harvest our healing abilities, then we need to make sure they understand the full scope of what they're dealing with." Marcus smiled grimly. "They think regeneration is humanity's greatest gift. They're about to learn it's our greatest weapon." Through the workshop's viewport, the first ships of the Confederation fleet were already visible against the stars, their hulls gleaming with the promise of exploitation. The Healing Wars had begun.